Welcome everyone to my first episode of this podcast. Today I'm joined by James Hughes. He's the founder of Sales Funnel Expert, and he's also the number one funnel expert on the Funnelbuilder Marketplace. So James, very happy to have you join us today. Thank you.
Thanks for inviting me. Thanks for having me, Olaf.
Yeah, so the goal for today is to learn more about funnels, how they can work for businesses, and how to make the most out of them. So I guess we could just start with your background. Like how did you get started with funnel building? What is like the backstory of James Hughes?
Yeah, so I was an accountant for years. That was like my day job, and I used to sell on eBay, or I got interested in selling on eBay
Hmm.
um, whilst I was doing this job, whilst I was doing this day job, and I just I loved selling online, and I was making more money than I was in my accounting job selling on eBay. And one weekend I made about 4 grand, and I thought, bloody hell, the
Wow.
potential here, the possibility was just it just gave me a buzz. So
Yeah.
as you do when you're on the computer, you're on the laptop, and you're researching things, and one thing leads to the next. I opted in. I saw a landing page. I came across a landing page. I can't even remember how I did it, but it was this
Hmm.
landing page. It was from the early 2000s, around about 2006, and the landing page had some like really good copy on, or like I didn't even know at the time. I just had like text on copy, and it sold
Yeah.
me, and it got me to opt in for some eBay tips on how to improve my store, how to sell in a
Okay.
better way, that kind of
Yeah.
thing. So it was like, all right, okay. Without thinking about it, I opted in, put my name and email address in. I didn't know at the
Hmm.
time, but that was obviously an opt-in page. It was a landing page. So I
Yeah.
opted in, and I got a series of emails over like the coming days, giving me tips on how to sell on eBay, how to improve my store, blah blah blah. So I think I may have got a free ebook in there as well. But at the end of like the fifth or sixth day, it sold me on a product, and it was around 2K, like 2,000 pounds UK. So it was
Wow.
like, my God, I don't have £2,000 to pay for this product, but I would love it because I've been sold on it.
Hmm.
This is massive value. This is going to really help me.
Yeah.
So after months of selling on eBay and really enjoying it, I did kind of muster the money up to pay for this product.
Hmm.
And when I paid for the product, it was delivered to my house, and it was a box of DVDs. And the DVDs were just like they weren't packaged or branded in it like a high quality way whatsoever. It was very,
I.
very basic. And I thought, what the hell have I paid for here? Like a cardboard box
Yeah.
full of DVDs. So
Yeah.
I watched the DVDs, but the content on the DVDs was second to none. It was just unbelievable, and it really helped me like propel my store on. So long story
Wow.
short, that's how I kind of got into sales funnels. I didn't know at the
Yeah.
time, but I opted in for something. It gave me value, it gave me tips, led me to a product, and I bought it. So that's how I got into sales funnels.
Cool. Sounds like the old, what is the saying? If you can't beat them, you join them or something.
Yeah, yeah,
Is it?
yeah,
But and
yeah.
which year was this?
Oh, this is like 2006. So
2000. Wow.
18,
Okay.
18 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, so you've been selling online for a long time. And what products were you selling on eBay?
I was selling clothes at first, and then I
Hmm.
kind of moved into importing, the memory sticks, like the flash drives that you plug into the
Yeah.
computer, or the old computer. I mean, I don't have them
Mm.
now, but it was just to put like files on, to put like a disk drive, basically. So I would import those from China, and then I would
Yeah.
resell them in my store, and obviously look to make a profit.
Yeah. Cool. Cool. And how long did it take from the time you got started with funnel building to the time where you could quit your job as an accountant and do this full time? Was it
Yeah, well,
like a long and tedious process?
it was actually, yeah, and a lot of it was fear. It was actually fear of, taking that leap in the beginning. It was like, well, I've got money to pay the bills. I've got enough money to go out with my friends at the weekend and have a few beers and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I think it took me around. I quit to go full time 2011, 2012, but
Okay.
really started to go properly full time 2013. where I was in the beginning, I was helping people. Well, the first ever client that I got, which was on a platform called Elance, which is now called Upwork.
Yeah.
I helped a plastic surgeon create a landing page with
Wow.
copy, with an opt-in, the opt-in facility there,
Yeah.
and he gave me great feedback for helping him. It was for pennies really, and
Yeah.
that's what set me on my way about with this funnel build process.
Cool. It's very interesting how fear is like the big block for a lot of entrepreneurs. I remember the first time I had a consultation with like a real client, or it was a prospect, so I wasn't sure if he was going to buy or not. But before the consultation, I could feel my heart beating. It was like much worse than an oral exam. So, but then, once you get started, the fear goes away and it becomes normal. So, very cool. So, for some of our audience who are not too familiar with funnels, can you explain what is a funnel and how can it help a business?
Yeah, so a sales funnel is a process online, plain and simple. It's a
Mm-hmm.
process to turn a target audience, an interested audience, into a lead, into a prospect, give them value and take them through that process online, and then lead them to that sale, plain and
Yeah.
simple. So it comes in the form of web pages,
Mm-hmm.
built in ClickFunnels, for example. So you have like the opt-in page, you have the sales page, you have the email nurture sequence, which takes them back to the sales page. And then
Mm-hmm.
you have a series of sales pages following the sales page, which could be in the form of an order bump to increase the price of the sale, an
Yeah.
upsell, or an application part of the funnel where they can book a call in, and that will lead them to a conversation, and then that will lead to a service or a high ticket program, for example. So all in all, it's just a process online, a series of pages um, that a person goes through. Um, it just takes them from A to B. It takes them
Yeah.
from vaguely interested to sale.
Right. Yeah, I remember Russell Brunson once said it was like taking the customer by the hand and then guiding them through the entire buyer process.
Yeah, I mean
So
that's putting a better way. Yeah, it's holding the hand, guiding them like the shepherd, taking them from A to B.
yeah.
They know a little bit about it. They see your ad or maybe your Facebook ad. They click on your ad. I'm interested in
Hmm.
that. That ad is speaking to me. They click on it. Then they see the landing page. They either buy or they opt in, and then they take that next step. So it's you've got to kind of optimize each step, like in terms of
Yeah.
the optimization of the funnel. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So tell me more about your services. Like what exactly does James Hughes do for his clients?
Yeah, well, we help people do just that, what I've just said. So we hold them by the hand, we guide them, we take them from the prospect might be in a like different scenarios, different situations. So it could already be a business owner earning X
Hmm.
amount of revenue and profit per month, for example. They could be starting from scratch if they've come through the ClickFunnels community and they're just learning the software, for example.
Yeah.
So they're kind of they're like the main ones. So it's we advise on strategy. We
Yeah.
uh, we map out. We check. We get them to fill a questionnaire in. We ask about the business, their branding.
Hmm.
Are they already selling, or they're starting from scratch, like I mentioned before? And we get those answers, and that kind of it's like a fact find, and then we map out their funnel for them, their strategy,
Yeah.
and advise, looking at certain things in their business where we can make an impact with a funnel and advertising. And we kind of map that out for them. We go over it with them and say, look, this could yield you 3 times the results that you're getting already if you had
Mm.
this system in place. So we show them that. They get great value from that. And they go, great, James, you seem like the guy that can help us.
Yeah.
Um, will you help us? Yeah. What does that look like? We give them the price. Fantastic.
Hmm.
And we go ahead and we help them. We help them put it into place. We implement it. Sales funnel implementation. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you actually do a lot of work before you actually charge your clients.
Yeah. I
Or
mean, a lot of it
yeah.
is unpaid. this is the key. I think if you want to become successful as a funnel builder, you can't just be thinking of the sale and taking money all the time. That will come as a result of you giving value at the front end and advising them and giving them some clarity, reducing their anxiety or overwhelm. Usually the people that I speak to through the marketplace are very overwhelmed with where to start, how to start, what tools do they use, these kind of things, and what kind of results can I get? So they're looking ahead to see, that perfect scenario or near perfect scenario of where they could be in a certain length of time. So we kind of guide them on that and say, look, this is where you could be if you're committed, if you're patient, and you do the right things. And that's it. Always seems to work.
Yeah, cool. I think that's a good way to also build trust on the internet, because when you're meeting random people on the internet, it's hard to know who's a scammer and who's legit. So I guess if you do work for free in the beginning, you can build some more trust that way.
Exactly. The downside of that is that you get a lot of freebie seekers. You get a lot of people kicking the tires, doing the due diligence, but in a relentless kind of way where they're not. You feel that they're never going to get started, and that they may have done this with countless other experts, if you like. So that they're just kind of testing the waters. They're not channeled in what they're wanting to do. They don't have a clear focus, and these can be the worst clients when you start working with them if they do go ahead, because they'll chop and change. They'll see the next shiny object from somebody, from some guru or other, and it knocks the focus. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk more about your clients. So what type of clients have you worked with, and do you have like a specific niche, or how do you approach client acquisition?
Yeah, well, we work with coaches, consultants, service-based businesses. We've worked with lawyers. We've worked with roofers, roofing contractors, plumbers, pest control companies, hoof care companies. They put the hooves on the horseshoes on horses. We've worked with a diverse range of different companies, but mainly coaches, consultants, and service-based businesses under those categories. And the way we find them, we get a lot of referrals through our good work on the Funnelbuilder Marketplace, Upwork. We're a top performer on Upwork, and plain and simple Facebook ads and a bit of organic traffic. We haven't delved into it massively in terms of organic traffic, but we can be found on Google quite easily. I mean, we were, I think for years, like a period of 5 to 6 years, we were at the top of Google for the keyword sales funnel expert. Yeah, so that helped massively so that they could find us there. But yeah, paid ads get you there quicker if you do it properly. But I think for people on the Funnelbuilder Marketplace, if they work hard, give a lot of value, they'll make that breakthrough and start to make an impact.
Cool. So when you're working with a client, how do you approach like the initial planning and strategy phase when you're creating a new funnel?
Yeah, so we ask some questions first. We give them a client onboarding questionnaire, a strategy document, answer specific questions on the target audience, their branding, who their ideal customer avatar is, the results that they've had previously, currently, and wanting to get, those kind of things. And then you can kind of work out by looking at their offer. Sometimes they don't have an offer dialed in, so we can help them with their offer. And again, it depends on the target audience, what offer you're going to go with as well, and what kind of funnel that you're going to apply to their business. But it's best to just do a simple funnel in the beginning, a super simple funnel. Try not build too much for them, but do like quick fire testing, set some ads up for them, dial in a really good funnel for them. But if their offer's solid and it's irresistible, it's a no-brainer offer. If they've already got a business that's working, they've got good reputation, that can help, testimonials, things like that. That all adds to the mix of a successful project.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of what we do in the beginning. Then we map out the funnel. We say, look, this is what we think we should build for you. They'll obviously gone through the ClickFunnels training. They'll have learned a lot about funnels as well, we find. So we kind of meet in the middle, and obviously with our expertise of getting results, we it turns it into a positive project.
Cool. And so when you're crafting for the clients who don't already have an offer, when you're crafting the offer and writing the copy and things like that, how do you figure out the unique selling points of your clients? Do you have like a method?
We ask them a question. They may already
Okay.
know that. You know, if they've already got a business, if they're starting from scratch, we'll ask what their idea is of what they're wanting to sell, and then we'll
Yeah.
base it on past work. We'll base it on people in the ClickFunnels community, what they've done, for example, competitors, marketing gurus like like Dan Kennedy, Frank Kern, Russell,
Yes.
all these cool people that have got success before with certain types of funnels, certain types of products. So we kind of
Mm.
legally hack, if you like. We hack. We use
Yeah.
hacking methods. We use stuff that we've already used that have worked. It's usually the same stuff over and over again, the same strategies
Okay.
that tend to work the best. So we apply that within their business. If it's a service-based business, usually we want to get them on a call. We want the client to get their prospect on a call so they can discuss the service with them. So that could be
Yes.
by way of a free quote, via a demo video, for example. So these things really work. If you can show people how you can help them, that will
Yeah.
gain trust with the target audience, and then that will lead, in most cases, to a sale.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. So, how do you, when you're creating the funnel for a prospect, for a client, sorry, how do you optimize each step of the funnel for conversion?
So from start to finish, when you're running a Facebook campaign and you're running, just say, one simple ad with maybe a video on some really good copy, you're wanting to get them. If you're targeting the right audience, you
Mm-hmm.
want to get an above 1% click-through rate. You want people to repeatedly click on your ad. If you're not getting a high click-through rate, people are looking at your ad and thinking, I'm not going to click on that. You've got to
No.
show them plenty of times. If you're getting above a 1% click-through rate, then if you get through to your opt-in page, and we've done some landing pages, it depends on the niche, but we can get 70 to 80, sometimes 90% opt-in rate. But if you're getting
Wow.
around if you're getting a 40% opt-in rate or a 50% opt-in rate, so every two
Yeah.
people that are hitting your landing page from the ad, from the 1% click-through rate on the ad, and they're hitting your landing page and you're getting 50% opt-in rate, that's 1 in 2 people are opting in. So that's perfect. You're building your email list, you're generating leads. There's
Right.
2 wins for you there already. So if you hone in on those 2 things, they're working. But if it's going straight through to a sales page, or the sales page follows the opt-in page by the email sequence, if you're getting a 5% and above sales conversion on that first sales page, that's kind of what we look for, 5 to 7%. Really good. And then if you've got
Yeah.
that order bump in and you're getting 15 to 20%, as long as the situation's profitable at the front end and you're making a return on your advertising spend,
Yeah.
return on ad spend, that is a profitable funnel. So that's a success. We see that as a success, and that can be built on. But if you launch it, it's not normally this happens because we dial it in such a way. But if somebody else launches their funnel and the advertising is out, the ad is out, the ad is not aligned with the opt-in page that they're sending traffic to, that's going to cause problems with the click-through rate. That's going to cause problems with the opt-in rate and the sales conversion as well. So
Yeah.
that'll affect the funnel at the front end, which,
Right.
yeah, if you dial that in, you get that working, that can always be built on with further things, upsells, programs, further
Mm.
levels of stuff.
Yeah. And for the opt-in page, so for the audience who maybe are not familiar, the idea of opt-in page is to collect email usually or contact information in exchange for what we call a lead magnet, which is basically something free that you give them in exchange for their email. So what do
100%.
you usually do for lead magnets? Like what is the typical lead magnet you'll use?
A typical lead magnet is something that can be created on AI, on ChatGPT very quickly. It could be like a one-page ebook. It could be a video where I'll show you the 3 ways on how to build a successful funnel. Opt in to
Yep.
find out how I do this, and then that's the simple copy will be on the page. You're driving the traffic to it. They'll opt in, and then you give them the video of the steps from A to B. It could be 3 steps, could be 9 steps, whatever that may be. But as long as it's clear, as long as they can understand and get excited about the road ahead,
Yep.
the likelihood is they will book a call with you and want to
Mm.
discuss it and explore it further. That will lead to the sale. Or if it's on a sales page, the copy, do the copy Dan Kennedy style.
Yep.
But again, depends on the niche. Sometimes you can do the Dan Kennedy style copy. Sometimes it needs like a simple version, not too much in terms of the flow of the copy. Maybe not long form sales copy, but shorter form.
Yep.
And that will work for that particular niche. So you've got to weigh it up. It just depends.
Makes sense. Makes sense. And if a funnel is not working correctly, what are some of the things you can do to fix it?
Yeah, so if you're running it to a lead gen funnel, for example, you could do a simple split test of you could duplicate the page and click funnels. So you're running traffic to the 2 on a 50% split. One might be converting at 50, one might be converting at 20, and obviously the 50% one, if that's the variant, you then go with the variant. But the things you can do on there, do methodically, do it. Don't overhaul the sales page completely in the beginning.
Yep.
Unless you're doing a completely different design versus the initial design. I would do it that way.
Mm.
But just change the headliner first and see if that works. Then change the hook, change the introduction, change the color on the button. Just do things step by step and track everything and record everything methodically. And then you can see
Okay.
exactly what's improved it, how it's improved, and obviously that's going to yield you better results.
Yeah. So you use surgical precision when you're testing the funnels.
You've got to at that point, but don't be surgically precise when you're building the funnel. Yes, it's got to be dialed in, but you've got to move quicker with it. People deliberate over funnels, and it can take like a year to build one, and then they'll be
Yeah.
sick of that one. Then they'll create a webinar funnel, for example. You're not going to get success that way. Just do it the best you can. Dial it in as humanly possible, and get it out there as quickly as possible, and test it. Then you
Yeah.
can improve it as you can build the plane as you're flying it.
Sounds good. And do you usually create the ads as well for the clients? Like I have one client, for example, who wanted me to build his funnel, and he also wanted me to drive traffic to his funnel. So do you create ads for your clients?
We do. We
Or
do have that service. Yes.
okay. And can you tell me more about your approach to advertising? Like which platforms do you advertise on? How do you create your ads?
Yeah, we advertise on Facebook. We obviously, with knowing the offer and the copy and the funnels built and it's ready for launch, we've got a great idea of what the ads are going to look like. So it's just reverse engineering the offer really and taking a snippet of the offer and discover how you can get a specific result without the core problem.
Mm.
Opt in for my blueprint or opt in for my 3-minute video, which will show you the 3 steps. So that's like an initial kind of taster, which then leads them to the main course, if you like, which is the eventual product sale. So
Okay.
it's just about keeping it aligned, the messaging, and the message has to
Yeah.
speak to the target audience. So it's very, very simple things. As long as you're aligning all of these things together and making sure you're doing these things, it doesn't have to take a lot of time, but just make sure it's clear and it's speaking to the right person every time.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And there's a lot of people on the Funnelbuilder Marketplace who are offering the service, like a funnel building service. So what do you do to distinguish yourself from all the competition?
To distinguish myself in terms of marketing,
Yeah.
branding.
So why the clients choose to work with you as opposed to all the other people who can build funnels?
Yeah, I think a lot of it's to do with the feedback that I've had from
Yeah.
previous customers and prospects. So to get to that point, you've just got to over deliver. You've got to give so much value. You've got to, if they've paid for a funnel build 1.5 funnels for them, or build 2 funnels for them, or if they've paid for a consultation, give them a blueprint in addition, and really hold their hand in that initial stage, and be very helpful and courteous and understanding to their position. And I think if you get those things, that personable touch across, and it's just as easy as helping them. Like don't be arrogant about it. Just help the person.
Right.
Just put yourself in their shoes. And you started once, and you were at a particular point in time once. Just have just be helpful, be really helpful, and obviously if you keep doing that and you keep so that's where the consistency comes in. You've got to be consistent, work hard.
Yes.
The usual things: work hard, be consistent, be very helpful, give value, and help them get a result. It might be a very, very small result in the beginning, but they will start to trust you. They will come back for more. They will want another consultation from you. They'll want a funnel build, and they'll start to like you. As easy as it sounds, they'll start to like you, and then they'll want you to help them more. They'll want you to build a funnel, and then you build that funnel, and then they'll come back another day and they'll build another funnel. That's retaining the client. So it's just this momentum that you get into. Some people can get put off by continuously, promoting their services on the marketplace, and they might just have like 1 or 2 sales on there. But just don't give up. Just keep going, and you will have your breakthrough. It's like that dripping tap. It's like drip, drip,
Yeah.
drip, and don't get disheartened. Just keep going, and you will get there, and you will eventually make an impact with what you're doing.
Cool. You mentioned that you get some referral clients. So you've done work for one client and then they send you more clients. I guess that really speaks to how much value you're creating for people if they send you more clients.
That's part of what I've just mentioned there. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's this kind of good energy and synergy that you put into the relationship with people, and come, am I a patient person? Not always. Am I a helpful person? Not always. But I think when you first meet someone, you're trying to help them in business, you've got to be that way, so that
Yeah.
you strike up a rapport, and obviously over time with experience, you start getting really good results. And
Yeah.
once they see your results, once they see you can help them get results, that's all they're really interested in at the end of the day. And if
Yeah.
you're helpful and pleasant or whatever, am I always pleasant? No, but like it does help. If you're pleasant with people, all right, James, yeah, he's a half decent guy. He can help me with this funnel, and
Yeah.
he's given me a lot of value. I've spent some money on it. It's been worth it because I've made, I've paid X amount, but I've made 2 sales from it, which has paid for my funnel and 3
Yeah.
months of advertising. So that's the way you've got to get across to people.
Right. Yeah. Every time I've talked to you, you've been pleasant. So you have a good track record with me. So
You didn't see me an hour earlier.
maybe no. That's why I scheduled this call not in a very early morning in case you're not like a morning person or something. No,
Yeah.
but yeah, let's talk about AI for a second. Yeah, how do you think AI will impact funnel building?
It already has.
Yeah.
If you're in the game, we use AI.
Yeah.
It can help with speedier or fast creation in terms of copy, ideas, suggestions, course material, funnel suggestions, comparisons. It's endless what it can do, really, and it's only going to get better. So it's already made an impact in our business in terms of being able to help the customer in a more efficient way. And they don't care if something takes 5 minutes to get them a result. They will love
Yeah.
that. Why take 5 hours or 5 days to do something when you can use something that can do it in 5 minutes? So AI can bring that to the table. We create our funnels using AI.
Oh, you do?
And oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I know you
yeah.
use chats for some of the copy and stuff. Or
For
yeah.
suggestions on the copy, rewriting things, add
Hmm.
copy,
Yeah.
offer suggestions, offer help. Don't use it 100%. You've still got to check it. You've still got to check it through and ensure that it's. Sometimes it can just come out like a load of robot spiel, But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, but a lot of the time it's obviously it's improving all the time, and it can really make an impact in people's businesses in terms of speed and efficiency, getting things done quicker. If you're managing a team, for example, and it can
Yeah.
help in that respect. It's not going to replace humans completely, but in terms of funnel building, it's definitely helped our business and helped our clients get better results. Yeah.
Right. Interesting. So, final question before we round off. You mentioned that you had created a funnel for lawyers at one point, and I'm in law school, so I was very curious about this. Can you tell me more about how you use the funnel for a law firm?
Yeah. From memory, well, actually, we're working on a current one. It's to do with trademarks, but obviously to protect the client, I don't want to talk about that too much.
Of course.
The other one from memory was to do with the Disability Act. So when in the US particularly, I don't know if it's in the UK, but in the US, there's a disability law where for example, a swimming pool needs those motorized seats um, that help people get into the swimming pool, for example.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
businesses and hotels can be up for a huge problems with lawyers if they don't have this disability act in place and that they have the necessary equipment, etc. So the guy that
Mm.
we were helping uh, was all to do with helping businesses realize this disability act and that they needed these certain things in place to
Yeah.
help people getting into swimming pools through doors to support people. So that was what the funnel was around, and it was I think it was a mini course, and then it was from memory, and then it was booking a call to speak with him, and then he would help them with his lawyer stuff, if you like. But that was a
Okay.
few years ago now. But we're working on a current one to do with trademarks.
Cool.
Funnels can help most people, most businesses. As I said, I've done, or we've done, I should say, funnels for all sorts of obscure niches as well. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
mainly coaches, consultants, course creators, things like that, service-based
Cool.
businesses.
Cool. One more question out of curiosity, because you do the marketing, like the email marketing as well for the clients. Yes? Do you use any particular software for sending out emails to lots of people?
Yeah, we use if it just depends on the person. If they've either got ClickFunnels 1.0 usually or ClickFunnels 2.0. If it's 2.0, we use the autoresponder in there. If it's 1.0, we usually hook it up to ActiveCampaign. ActiveCampaign's
Yeah.
a really good one. Aweber's decent. We haven't used that one for a while. I used that in the beginning, years and years ago. But there's GetResponse. There's all sorts of different ones you can use. MailChimp is another one. But ActiveCampaign's it's a really good one. ActiveCampaign, good CRM
Okay.
system. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks. So cool. So we're rounding off now. This has been amazing. Amazing value for. So I was wondering, for our listeners, where can they find you and learn more about your work and get in touch?
Yeah, they can either find me at salesfunnelexpert.com,
Mm-hmm.
salesfunnelexpert.com, or they can find me on the Funnelbuilder Marketplace. I think that's marketplace.funnelbuilder.com. So
Yeah.
either of those, just send me a message and I'll help you.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you very much for taking the time today, James. I know you're busy, so the idea of doing a podcast with me, thank you very much. It's been amazing.
Thanks, Ola. I've really enjoyed it. Anytime, let me know. And yeah, thanks, man. Have a great day.
Perfect. Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks
Bye
a lot.
bye.
Thank you.